Welcome to the Virtual Teaching Kitchen. I'm Chef Jared Dreyer. I'm the Executive Chef for Catering and Retail here at Bowling Green State University. And today we're going to throw together a really quick, easy, fresh quinoa and kale salad. Now I understand that doesn't sound appealing right off the rip, but quinoa packed with protein as much of the ancient grains are. So if you're looking for an alternate source of protein, quinoa is definitely one source that you can consider. First, what we're going to do before, as you can see, I have my quinoa cooked. I have everything basically prepped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the dressing, and we're going to throw it all together. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take some of these lemons. We're just going to squeeze. Now, depending on the lemons you have, sometimes with Meyer lemons or Kefir lemons, you don't need to worry so much about the seeds, because typically they stay pretty well embedded. But if you're worried about seeds, just squeeze your lemon cut side up and just let the juice run over the skin. So that should be enough. That's about 1.5 lemons. Yeah, we're gonna add some oil and whatnot. Now I'm gonna add some spices. What I have here is some cumin, some coriander, and some crushed red pepper flake. What these will provide is these will provide a nice spice note to balance the tartness from the lemon juice, the sweetness from the grapes, and that little bitterness from the kale. So now that I've got all that mixed up, I'm gonna take a little olive oil, and we're just gonna drizzle very slowly. This is what's called an emulsification, when you're trying to combine a fat and an acid, basically. So you can do this really fast, but your dressing will separate. In this instance, it's not really that big of a deal if it separates. You can just mix it back together. But ideally, when you're mixing vinaigrettes, or you use this emulsification method to make mayo or aioli or even hollandaise, you're going to want to go slower, because you want to take that time to incorporate that fat. So now that our dressing's finished, we're going to grab our quinoa. I've got about 1.25 cups of cooked quinoa, and with quinoa, it depends on the color, really. Your three most common varietals are white, red, and black. Typically, they'll grow about 3 times. They'll take on about 3 times their size in the cooking process. So I got about 1.25 cups of cooked quinoa. I've got a couple cups of split grapes here. And then in this bowl, I have about 2.5 cups of roughly chopped kale. And when you're adding the kale to it, especially if you have really nice fresh kale, a lot of times those leaves are very fibrous and they're a little difficult to chew. So what you want to do is after you chop them, just kind of run them through your hands to soften those leaves up a little bit. And we're going to toss. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our vinaigrette, drizzle it all together, and toss. And now for a nice little finishing touch, we're going to go ahead and grab some of these lemons that we juiced earlier, maybe some of the ones that we didn't juice, and a little microplane. And we're just going to go ahead and zest probably about half a lemon. So you're looking at about half a teaspoon. And really that's going to end up being on your preference. If you like a lot of lemon, which I do, I will admit, I like stuff tart. Although zest doesn't really have the tartness, it's more of the aromatic of the lemon. So we'll just get that all together there, and then give it one more little toss. All right, now our salad's put together. the kale, quinoa, red grapes. What this really is this is really it's a great anytime salad, but with the flavors and when you catch kale at its best, really this would be a great summer, fall salad. But like I said, it's great anytime. So, like I said, the quinoa, great source of protein. Grapes offset the bitterness in the kale, and then you've got that really nice spiced lemon vinaigrette to kind of round everything together. So that's the perfect snack, appetizer, or I mean, heck, you could throw some grilled chicken or grilled tofu or whatever your protein alternative is, and you could turn that into lunch.